The guest of Tea Talk today, Nothegger firm, Mr. Julius Moringer.
Right.
We want to talk about their companies and their business area and his impression about the fair and Turkish transportation industry. First of all, I want to ask about your company. Can you take a little time? We want to get to know your company's profile.
Okay. Also, Nothegger Transport Logistik is an Austrian company that is based in the middle of Austria and in the past was specialized in conventional truck transportation. And in the last 7 to 8 years, the company saw that there's a need on the market and you have to develop yourself. So we implemented an intermodal network for whole of Europe, where we have the main focus between west and south, between Austria, Italy, Germany, France, a little bit of UK. And we are busy trying to build up now the focus on Southeastern Europe. And yeah, Nothegger is a family-owned company with about 1,500 employees, with approximately 250 million euros turnover, and is a middle-based company and quite flexible and innovative to set up new steps and to adjust it to the needs on the market.
Are you focused on food transportation normally?
On which, sorry?
Food materials.
Food.
Yes.
We started 2 years ago with our partner together with Greenlog to set up the Turkish market. It was quite new for us also. And we started only with 45 feet containers and box containers and swap bodies. And inside we've also got some food stuff, but it's a little difficult when you go combined with the veterinary controls at the borders. So some food stuff is a little difficult to carry out, but we have food stuff in our portfolio also.
Do you want to say something about other specialization on transportation? Because curtain slides.
So we have got about 2,445 feet units in our system. From those 2,400, we've got about 800 tilt units. Tilt units are similar to the conventional trucks. You can open them on all sides. There's like a tilt on the side, and it's a good solution for the 45 feet for the combined traffic. You are competitive with conventional trucks, and you have a solution to put it on the rail.
How many years you are in this industry?
So in this, about 18 years,
18.
Just different companies, but now for 2 years at Nothegger, and we focused on putting on innovations into our system because in Western Europe we are quite good set up, but our focus in Southeast wasn't that good, and with our partner, with Greenlog, we done a good decision, and we started now 2 years ago. We built up our own trains between Wels and Trieste. Wels is our main hub in Austria because from Wels we can go with trains everywhere, and we connect Switzerland, Germany, Netherlands, and can go then to UK.
What about your company's relation with Turkey or Turkish companies?
So the company itself had no focus on the Turkish market. We only started, it was like, it happened because our partner Greenlog was one day in Trieste to check out some containers that they had, and then they saw a huge amount of our equipment in Italy, so they got in touch with us, and that's how the cooperation started, and that was also the step for us to go into the Turkish market.
As you know, transport industry is very dependent on the general economic climate. How do you see the current economic situation in Europe or in general?
In general, it's quite difficult. I mean, the Turkish economical situation, we all know how it is at the moment, that it's quite difficult because the problems with the Turkish lira, that is a big problem, let's say, for the Western European market because everything is so expensive. So the export from Turkey has increased. The imbalance from export to import is a quite big gap. And I don't know, normally it was like a seasonal, the Turkish market is like a seasonal change, but at the moment I think it's going to stay like at least until March next year, that the imbalance from export from Turkey will be higher than the import to Turkey.
We can talk a little on the digitization of the industry and innovation. Your company, maybe you can say something.
What we have seen now in the last few years, that the combined traffic is more and more incoming. Because the problem is you have several circumstances that forces like companies that were focused on conventional truck traffic to find solutions. Because you have problems with getting truck drivers, you have problems with regulations in the European Union. So that's going to be a big change, and you see it slowly. The biggest problem on the market is at the moment that the railway setup in Europe isn't capable of catching all this intermodal traffic because it's going up and up. So that will be maybe a big problem in the next 1 or 2 years. But altogether, we as Nothegger and together with our partner Greenlock, we are like trying to make innovations. Like if the market needs something, then we try and see if it's feasible. We make studies about it, and then we set it up.
Yes, you are a well-known company in multimodal industry. Maybe we can call it intermodal.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about your company's performance in intermodal industry?
As I said, the last 7-8 years, we, as this family company, built up an independent network for the combined traffic. It was a step that costed lots of money because at the beginning it was like you set up own connections, own trains, but you didn't have the volumes, and they came with the time. And I think we were for the right time. We set up everything that we are there where we are now, that we can compete with other big companies that have also got setups like this. So for us as a family-owned company, it's very important to have an alternative to the conventional truck traffic and have built up an intermodal network to connect, let's say, huge regions in Europe.
According to you, which system is preferential or very optimistic for the future perspective? There are 3 systems in the intermodal system: railway, air freight, and land transportation, or RORO. Do you separate the chances of the success?
I think if you ask me personally, all transport modes will be important because every mode has an advantage and every mode has a disadvantage. So you can't say that one is going to be better and the one is going to be better, is going to be bad. So it's quite difficult to answer.
You can combine the advantages of disadvantages of any.
That's true. You can use the disadvantage of the one and make an advantage to it. That's correct. But as I said, I think that intermodal will be a focus. If you see companies that haven't invested into equipment that is capable to go via rail, they have. If you look now how it is, you see everyone is investing.
Okay, We are approaching to finalize our conversation.
Yeah.
What is the important problem the industry facing in these circumstances? What's the main problem to you?
The main problems is if you see on the market, the first thing is like the dumping, the price dumping on the market, that you have like companies, or let's say the big companies, they push the prices down just to get moving their equipment. And that is only the advantage for the industry, but it's a disadvantage for the logistics companies. Because if the prices are down, the quality will also get bad, and then you're at a level and it's going to be very difficult to get the prices up again. So that's in my opinion, the biggest problem at the moment.
Are you hopeful for the next year or 2019?
I mean, we all expected for 2018 that it will be a better year altogether. It was a very difficult year altogether, not only in the Turkish market, but also in Western Europe. But we think that next year is going to be a challenge for everyone. But I hope that it's going to be better than 2018. Because 2018 showed a little bit on the crisis 2008. So it can only go up again.
Thank you very much. It's going to be a very nice conversation when we broadcast this video.
Yes.
Thank you very much joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting.
See you next time.
Yes.
Any place.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.